For the past 2 years, Cathal McCarron has been following the U2 360 tour. He has visited every city on the day of the concert to hand a free copy of his self-published memoirs, Me and U2, to the first person in the queue. An idea he had one night while running in Shoreditch Park. In February 2011, I gave him a camera so he could capture his life on the road, the places he went, and the people he met.
Okay, so it's Thursday the 10th of February and I'm packing for 2 weeks in South Africa. There's going to be 2 concerts over there, one on Sunday in Johannesburg and the other on following Friday in Cape Town. And so I'm packing all of this stuff here, and it's got to fit into one large rucksack and one smaller day pack rucksack. And it does very, very easily. I usually find that most of the space is taken up by books, and I'm only taking 25 books with me to South Africa, which is very, very, very stupid because I will never, ever give away or sell that many. But it's far better to have too much than too little, of course.
Why did you decide suddenly that this was the time to do it?
To write the book, you mean, and to go off and follow the tour? I think because I was 35 years old, and I thought this tour, I'm single, no mortgage to pay, I can I've no debt, some savings saved up. And now's a good time to do it, because if I skip this tour, the next one could be 5 years time. It could be, you know, married, kids, mortgage, whatever. I might be able to do it. Plus, I'd been a teacher for a few years, and for 5 years by that stage, and I was enjoying the 6 weeks long summer holiday every year, and that gave me a taste of the travel. And of course, you have some, you always want more. Hello, so here in Soweto, I'm having my dinner at a nice loud diner. It's Valentine's night, and I've got a romantic date with a bottle of mineral water, you know. So it's a very pleasant evening here. I've been walking around a lot today already, exploring the township. The people are very friendly, everyone says hello to me, and these kids come and talk to me and try and practice their English. And I've been learning some words of Zulu, which I've now forgotten. Yeah, anyway, I must work on that. But no, it's been a very nice day, and tomorrow I'm going to explore some more.
Thanks.
Yeah.
No problem at all.
Do you want the red or do you want the squash?
Bosh.
I'm
fine, thank you.
Should I get a cup?
I'm sure whether I'll be able to fit my legs. No, but how comfortable is that? No.
During this tour, I entered 89 concerts, and I saw Glastonbury as well. But for one of those concerts, I only saw 2 songs when I sneaked in Denmark for the last 2. So I say it's 88, but even then, one of those was a half show in Glasgow, where I saw a Celtic match in Glasgow the same evening that U2 played at Hampden Park. So I saw 1 hour of the match and 1 hour of the concert. So it's like, so really it's 87 and a half and a 12th. Yeah, on this tour, plus Glastonbury, plus the day before. I think it's like 90, 98 maybe. I just missed 100. The first one was in the Point Depot in Dublin on New Year's Eve in 1989. I was 16 years old, and a load of us went down to Dublin from Derry. And it was pretty exciting. You know, it's my first concert, and it was U2 New Year's Eve in Dublin. I was a U2 obsessive by that stage. They were the only band I listened to. And between Live Aid and the Point Depot concert, they released the Joshua Tree, and they had that tour, which my elder brothers and sisters went to, and they brought back the programme. And all of these things fed my addiction for U2, and I was a complete U2 nut. So, this is my American buddy Nick from where, Nick?
I'm from San Francisco.
Yeah.
And we just arrived this morning into Santiago. And we're staying here on the top floor of this wonderful hotel right on the main boulevard here in town, right downtown. Yeah. And we're paying a whopping $68 US a night for this bachelor pad. Yeah. And yeah, it's a beautiful view out there. I think that's the Andes, or at least it's
I'm sure it is.
Andes, yeah.
Okay. And what are your plans for tomorrow?
I'll be getting up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. and heading down to the stadium and lining up.
And the concert's tomorrow night?
Concert's tomorrow. Well, actually,
no, it's not.
Concert's on Friday. Yeah, tomorrow's what, Thursday.
Today's Wednesday.
Yeah. So we'll be lining up all day tomorrow, sleeping overnight at the stadium if we're allowed to, and then another day Friday, and then into the stadium.
What position do you hope to get then if you're in the queue tomorrow morning?
Well, this might be the only chance in South America to be in the front rail.
Right.
I'm afraid these other places are going to be lined up for days and days and days, whereas here they're a lot more laid back, the fans.
You're happy to put in the 36-hour shift to get that front rail?
Yeah. It'll be worth it.
Just realised that this is the Pacific, looking west, of course, from Chile, and I guess that's 4 or 5 months after I was on the other side of it in New Zealand, looking east across it from the east coast of New Zealand on the train up from Christchurch to Picton and then across on the ferry to Wellington. So it's nice to see the other side of this great big ocean, you know.
So I would always go down to the stadium and try and find the first person at the very front of the queue and give them a free copy of Me and You Too, sort of promotional thing, and then get a photograph with them where I would hold a bit of paper with a word on the bit of paper, and they get a free book, you know. And over time, those words would build up to one of Bono's lyrics, but be modified by me to have sort of a Me and You Too type twist theme to it, yeah. First U2 song I remember was Sunday Bloody Sunday, because I lived in Derry in Northern Ireland, and the song's about Bloody Sunday was the big event in Derry in the 70s when the British Army shot 14 people, well, killed 14 people. Growing up in a family with 7 kids, my parents, in an area of Derry called Foyle Springs, and there was 5 boys all shared one bedroom, so it was usually a mess, a very smelly mess as well, you know, and there was 3 of us sharing one bed, one double bed for a few years, you know, so it's quite a stereotypical image of a large Irish Catholic family, but that's just the way it was. And Derry in the 80s, of course, was right in the middle of the Troubles then as well, and we'd have a lot of the British Army walking around the estate with the full body armour and the machine guns. You'd be 8 soldiers and before RUC policemen with the rifles, whatever, and doing patrols. You hear the bombs going off occasionally around the city, yeah, and there'd be riots occasionally as well, yeah. So but all of this just seemed normal. If you're a kid in that environment and that's all you've ever known, then that's, you know, that is your normality, yeah. I couldn't wait to leave the family and to leave Derry. I found being from a big family and having no privacy and I felt independence. And I think, as I did my A-levels at school in Derry, I turned 16, 17, 18, I was looking forward to leaving Derry and leaving Ireland and getting across the water to the UK. Whenever I went to university in Cardiff, there was never a notion I would ever stay in Ireland. You know, I was just looking forward to getting out.
El acceso para la zona de cancha será por el túnel número 12.
So I got my ticket in the end there about 10 minutes ago. What I did, I made a sign. That's always a good idea. And just after I'd finished putting the dot on the exclamation mark on the sign, I was pounced upon by a ticket scalper, a ticket tout, who offered me a 400 peso face value ticket for 700. And I offered him 500. He said 600, and I said no, 500. And then almost immediately, a U2 fan approached me and said that he's actually going into the concert. He said he had a 1,500 peso ticket, which he was happy to accept 500 for. So I got a pretty good ticket for a third of the price, and obviously I gave the guy a book as well, you know, as a small bonus gift. I'm sure he really appreciates it, but he was happy to take 500, so I'm happy to spend 500, obviously. So yeah, I got my ticket. Going to go in. It's good. Yeah. Right, so this is the end of the 3 shows in Mexico. It's been pretty special, pretty amazing. Donald just said there at the end that can you two be considered as Irish Mexicans? And I fully agree, you know. So it's been a very, very generous people here, and I've been very spoiled actually. So had these guys in the row in front were buying me beer, you know, out in the blue. One of them Googled the website on the t-shirt here and approached me and said, tomorrow I'm going to buy a book, you know, through the website. So madness, you know, very, very welcoming, very friendly. So classic as a Mexican.
I mean, so do you notice a difference?
Oh, totally, yeah, totally. I actually find that you almost generalise between, I wouldn't say certain countries, but I think actually the languages, and I think the English-speaking audiences in America or Australia or the UK are, I think, more reserved, and which to me is a very interesting point because, of course, Bono writes lyrics in English, you know, and those fans are the ones who actually understand the lyrics the most and will probably catch the full poetic, you know, meanings there. Whereas fans like in South America, including Brazil, it's a Portuguese country, or in Turkey or in Greece or whatever, where they don't speak English as a first language, then those fans tended to be the wilder.
Okay, down by the hotel where you two are staying. It's Saturday afternoon, about 10 to 2, Saturday the 14th of May. So I guess all these fans are waiting for the band to come out. Hopefully they get some autographs. So Bono walked out and walked straight to the end of the railing, and everyone just ran around, bypassed all the barriers, all the police, all security, and just mobbed him. So he's in the middle of this now, getting very much mobbed. Don't know how he's going to ever get out of that, you know, but the edge went over that way to the left, so he's getting mobbed that way as well. So pretty mad here at the minute, to be honest, yeah, pretty mad. Somewhere in there is Bono and Brian, his bodyguard.
The media had revealed where you two were staying in Mexico City, and so they were there for at least a week, I think, probably even longer. And the fans would go down and hang outside the hotel for hours and hours each day, hoping to meet the band. But on the Saturday, whenever Bono and Edge, I think everyone knew that Bono and Edge were definitely going to come out and meet the fans that day, and there were thousands there, you know, by the hotel. And so there were hundreds directly in front of the hotel entrance, behind the barrier. And then the other fans were along the road behind them, you know, and this spilled everywhere along the road. Well, Bono came out and he should have walked straight to the fans in front of the door where the fans had been waiting the longest by the railing. Instead, he walks to his right or left. He avoids all of the barriers. So the fans then from the road behind the main fans, they all go charging around the barriers and driveway the hotel and just mob Bono. And it's pretty scary actually, you know. Bono's just calm as you imagine, in a very zen state. And he's just engaging the person in front of him going, okay, what's your name then? And saying autographs, having very short conversations. And there's chaos around him. Absolute bedlam. And fans there were like, it was like Beatlemania. And fans were like bawling around, oh my God, I just seen Bono, you know, and things like this. And, you know, it was almost like they were meeting, you know, a royal family or, I don't know, Jesus or someone, you know. They were so ecstatic. I met Bono once, and I tried a few times, and always, you know, but always be others there, and he would, you know, meet them and then go in. So in Houston, I was with two girls from New York, called Maria and Joanne, and there was a fence set up along the front of us, and Bono stopped at one end of the fence. People by the fence left their spot and ran to the side where Bono was. So Maria, Joanne, and I walked into their space, and then Bono came along the fence, you know, the whole way along, and he came to us, and I met him. I gave him a copy of the book, you know, and said, this is my book about you two. And he went, he looked up and went, your book? And I went, yeah. And he said, and he heard the accent and said, oh, where are you from? And I said, oh, I'm from Derry in Northern Ireland, you know. I said Derry in Ireland, which I realised afterwards was quite a silly thing to do. You'd have to qualify where Ireland is to a fellow Irish person, you know. I didn't really need to say that. So I was embarrassed about that afterwards, but no, I was ecstatic myself after meeting him, because he is a very charismatic person. He has a real presence about him, and my hands were shaking afterwards as well. It's like, oh my God, like a teenager meeting your boy band or girl band idol, you know. But it was a very exciting moment, yeah.
I have a short subject video I'll be turning on shortly. You'll find the audio on channel 1 in English, channel 4 in Spanish.
So, where are we, mister?
Here we are in lovely Denver. It's the first show in the United States in the last year and a half.
Yeah.
The first show since the Rose Bowl show, October of 09.
We've just landed, and what's the weather like?
It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon here in Denver, and it's about 45 degrees Fahrenheit, which is what, about 12 degrees Celsius?
About freezing cold Celsius, yeah.
It's bloody cold, and it's raining.
Yeah, and it's heavy rain, and
so we expect snow tonight. We got 2 days until the show, and we're wondering if we should start the queue now, or have some sanity and start it tomorrow instead. So we'll see.
Yeah, probably.
Hello?
Hello.
Who are you? You can be honest if you want to, yeah.
Well, okay. I'm Brad.
Where are you from?
From Los Angeles, California.
And how do I know you?
From youtube.interference.com.
What's the situation here now?
And now we're waiting. We've been waiting for Bono to come out. I guess the other band members possibly as well.
What time is it?
It's 5 o'clock, and they said 3 originally. I've been here since 3.
Yeah.
Both Cathal and myself have the kind of skin that burns easily, so right now we're huddling behind this flower bed so that we can get some shade.
Yeah.
And he's still not out yet, so we're
still waiting.
Yeah.
Get in there.
I'm going to start the video in case you shake your hand first.
Would you say you know the 360 tour better than them?
Better than them, of course not. No way at all. I would say I would know it better than this guy that's writing the official book for you two. The guy from GQ magazine, was Dylan something, isn't it? The editor at GQ. Who I don't know what his background is for the 360 tour, but I don't want to start laying claims to, you know, being like the biggest U2 fan, because I'm not a biggest U2 fan by any means, and I could name you 100 fans right now I met along the road who are much bigger U2 fans than me, you know. But I'm just a U2 fan that wrote this book and followed the tour, which I think it sounds impressive on many levels, but I don't see myself as being like any sort of champion U2 fan by any means at all. I wouldn't even say I'm the biggest U2 fan from Derry, to be honest. Even Forest Springs, I would say there's much bigger U2 fans from there.
These we got last year after Bono got broken.
Yeah.
And we decided after we saw the Elevation tour in 2001 that we would get these tattoos, and it only took us a decade.
Yeah.
But we got them.
Awesome. Yeah,
So we got them last July 2010.
Have you had a chance to show Bono them?
I did on one in Winnipeg.
Right.
Yeah, I gave him the.
Oh, he wait, of course.
And this one, what's this one?
That's Adam there. This is actually imagery from the song Bad.
The song Bad?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
It's all different. Like, if you think about imagery from the song, it's all there. Yeah.
Right. Is that Bono's autograph there as well?
Yep.
That's been tattooed in?
Yep.
It's always quite nice to check out the stadium the night before the concert, you know, and just to compare and contrast the differences with the atmosphere. Man, there's no one around here right now. Yeah. This time tomorrow night there's going to be 60,000 people and one very, very, very noisy, loud rock band playing in there. But it is nice just to consider now and tomorrow differences. Maybe I'll try and do a compare and contrast with same spot tomorrow. Okay, so it's a show night in Edmonton. It's almost 7 o'clock in the evening. I think it was around this spot. I did a little video blog last night, 10 o'clock, so just to compare and contrast the atmosphere. And it's pretty busy here now, pretty good atmosphere. We have all these people waving placards for our radio station down the road there, just screaming, trying to promote the radio station. So they've lined up both sides of the road to wave the placards and scream at the cars as they drive past. I'm sure it's a very effective way to advertise. And otherwise, there's just thousands of people arriving from the metro station over there and the car parks. There's a guy in a Celtic jersey. It's always good to see. Hi.
The travelling was a big part of the attraction as well, and towards the end of the tour, the concerts, you know, the set list doesn't change very much, you know, and by the 85th concert, I think it was in Philadelphia, and I was couch surfing in Philly, and on the morning of the concert, I was like, I did feel like I was going to a job, like I had to get up in the morning to go to the office or something, you know, I was like, I gotta go to the concert today, you know, and go down and do my routine, whatever, and I didn't want to. I wanted to phone in sick that day, you know, and just, you know, call the boss. So I can't be bothered today when I have a day off, you know, and have a duvet day. And but you know, of course, there was no one to phone because no one's making me do this, you know. So.
All the wet December day when we touched the ground at JFK. Snow was melting on the ground, and the early nurse never sound of an angel. New York like a Christmas tree, like this it belongs to me. Angel. So long, I just love won't let me go. So long, angel.
The first year I was savings, I'd saved up, and that was okay. The second year, last year, was I thankfully, in one respect, Bono had a back injury, and that gave me a few more months working. I was teaching in my old school. I got 6 months teaching there, and I was able to work there and save up again to fund the tour for last year. And then this year it was credit card and book sales.
Just go wild, girl. Yeah?
So we are in Nashville, Tennessee right now, and Cathal is getting ready to have his first live interview promoting his book.
Well, you saw some big fans of U2 in that story, but I might be with the biggest U2 fan of them all. This is Cathal McCarron. He's from Ireland. And Cathal, you have been to a number of shows on this 360 tour. How many shows have you been to?
78 now.
78 shows, and that's taken you all over the world, I imagine.
Every continent, yeah, except for Asia.
And Antarctica, as you mentioned earlier. Now, I'm sure people at home want to know why you keep going back to all these shows. What is it about this band that you love?
My standard of living during the tour was getting lower and lower, and I've got very low needs anyway. Bread and ham was my standard diet for most days of the tour, and for some days it was just bread, white bread. I literally had a loaf of white bread, and I just nibbled on that during the whole day, you know, and that was all I had, and water. So bread and water, you know. Yeah.
Did you ever think, why am I doing this?
Many times, to be honest, yeah. But I knew why I was doing it, you know. And I was also aware of the fact that I was just being stupidly stubborn, because there was no need to continue this whenever you can't afford to. Like, I didn't have the money to keep it going, and I was doing that classic thing of parking one credit card debt on a 0% offer for a year, 18 months to give you for the first year and a half of an offer. So transfer a credit card debt onto a new card at 0%, and then max out the old one again for the second time, you know, buying new flights. So buying a flight to Santiago, for example, when you can't afford to, you know, it's pretty stupid on a credit card.
How much did it cost? I
don't know, is the honest answer right now. I would guess, I think it's around 30,000 quid, I would guess, yeah. I must work it out. Flights alone be about 10,000-12,000 quid, I think, yeah, at least, maybe more. Because going to Australia and back, going to South Africa and back, going to South America and back, going to the States and back twice, around Europe twice, like many stops, you know. So I would guess probably about 30 grand, I think, yeah.
Still on the ferry though.
Okay.
Every state they would stop the car so I could get out, touch the ground, you know, maybe go have a coffee, whatever, and get back in the car again, go off. So I could say I've been in that state.
It's another state ticked off, yes. Yeah. That's Connecticut. Yeah.
Helping you? Did you get help?
Oh, everywhere, far too much. No, that's couch surfing, book sales, credit cards, and just the uber generosity of people I met along the road, you know, were far too generous, to be honest. Whether it was accommodation, lifts, food, drinks, and an amazing amount of tickets for concerts. I was given tickets for concerts everywhere as well, you know, like, I think I was given 12 tickets, GA tickets at least, and I was far too spoiled along the road, yeah.
Here we go, Rhode Island, the 50th state, yeah! Okay.
What I have to say.
Right, so here it is, the final 360 show of a tour. That's my last time seeing this big stage behind me, you know, so goodbye to the claw. Yeah. Last time show. Looks good, looks good. Right, so that, yeah, it's a bye-bye claw. 5x360, and let's go to the campsite, have this party, maybe have 1 or 2 beers to celebrate. Yeah. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. That's all, folks.
Well, for the next U2 tour, I can see myself maybe going to the first concert, maybe to the last one, maybe 1 or 2 in between, but I might even have a 2-week segment where I'll travel around all the concerts in 2 weeks, but I wouldn't see myself travelling the whole tour again, because financially, as I found out, it is a struggle, and it's a long time as well of your life to take out and do that, you know. So, you know, it's a very, very nice way to go to new cities, and it was my first time to see U2 outside the UK or Ireland was on this tour, and it's my first time as well to have a holiday abroad with a focus like that. Whereas before you have like general sightseeing holidays, you might go to a city break in Barcelona or Berlin, whatever, just to do general sightseeing. I might go to Thailand just to, you know, because you go to Thailand to hang out on the beach, whatever, go to a full moon party and things like this. But it was nice to go on a holiday with a focus. Like we're going to see U2 concerts, and it actually gives a very it's people have a holiday for, you know, skiing or say a football match or whatever it is, diving, things like this. But I think to go abroad, see a band is a jolly nice way to have a focus, a reason to travel abroad. Yeah, you know. So I can definitely see myself doing that again. Yeah.
Right, good afternoon. It's Wednesday the 9th of August. It's about 1:15 in the afternoon, and this is London town. Just walking home now from the tube station. It's a very short 2-minute walk. So this is now the end of the tour. This is my going home for the final time after the U2 360 degree tour. So it's been a long haul, alright. Left home on June 29th, 2009, so that's 2 years, a month, a week, whatever. So it's a long time ago. And now I can finally put this project to bed.